going on, everybody? Sean Daniel here with Guitar Control. Super stoked about the lesson today. One by U2, one of my absolute favorite songs ever, one of my favorite ones to play live because it really translates well to an acoustic guitar version. So today we're going to be learning a version that has the riff over the chords and then just really the chords and structure of the song. So make sure you click the link below because it's going to have the chords for everything we're doing here, and then we're just going to go through some of the shapes, and basically it's going to sound like this. We're going to get to the whole song later in the video, but I just want to stop right there and kind of go over what we have going on, okay? So if you look at the chords, it's really just A minor to a D suspended 2 to an F major and then to G, okay? And now the fingering is actually pretty important for doing this, and this is really a great lesson in just kind of inflecting different open chords, okay? When I say that, like an inflection, is when you take an open chord and then just kind of do a little riff on top of it that technically is changing the chord, but also getting a lot of the melody that we're used to. And this song is a great example of that. Okay, so A minor, first fret, pointer finger on the B string, ring finger, second fret, G string, middle finger, second fret, D string. And we have to get your pinky involved in this one, okay? So as soon as you put your pinky on the third fret of the B string, this makes an A suspended 4 chord, okay? But we're not looking at it as a different chord. It's an inflection of an A minor chord. So I think the best way to do this is just look at the melody first. Okay, so I'm just hitting the open E string, then the third fret, then the first fret and third fret of the B strings, and then back to the open E string again, and then 3, 1 on the B string, right? So now we can have that over the chord. So it's really a great way to kind of focus in on the melody of a chord, and then instead of just getting an A minor, sound like really cool. Another thing you do is you can hammer on the first part of that A minor, D string, open 2, then G. And that leads us right into the D suspended 2 part of it, okay? So now if we have this A minor, and remember we're inflecting it with your pinky on the B string 3rd fret. Now if you just like leave right here, that right there, the bottom 4 strings is a D suspended 2 chord. Open D, 2G, 3B, open E. And then now we can kind of go back and forth between the next melody. It's just 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1 on the B string, but over a D suspended 2 chord. Sounds like. All right, so we've got D, F, and it's really the same melody as the first part, but now it's over a different chord. Okay, so really cool kind of way to see how the underlying chords of something totally changes the sound of it, even if the melody stays the same. So now if we have this F major chord, ring finger 3D, middle finger 2G, pointer finger 1B, and then use your pinky just to hammer on and off of the B string, you're gonna get that sound like that. And then we switch it to a G. And the G is really easy too. It's just a regular G major chord, 3E, 2A, open D, open G, 3B. And I kind of like playing that 3 open. I think it's just easier. You can do that there too. So you have kind of options on how you want to do it. So again, this is just an acoustic version of the song. It's really up to you how, how much like the electric version you want to get, but we have the A minor to the D. And then you do the G. Or the G. they both kind of work, right? So it's just kind of like a way of finding the shapes that you're comfortable with. To do the G where you pull off, you have to have your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the E string, your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the A string. But just different options, okay? So this is the entire verse. A minor, D, suspended, F, and then G. Or A minor, D. Really, even if you just strum the chords by themselves without the inflections, you still get, you know, the structure of the song, but I think it's really a great opportunity to start working on some of those inflections, okay? So after that, we go into the chorus, right? So it's a C to A minor to F to a C. Okay, so I want to number these. We are in the key of C, all right? 7 different notes in the key of C: C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. Now the best way to talk about chord progressions, how they fit together, is to assign every one of those notes a number. C being 1, D being 2, 3 is E, F is 4, G is 5, A is 6, B is 7. Okay, so on and so forth. So the best way to remember C, A minor, F, C is 1, 6, 4, 1. And then we can actually go back to the chords, do the same thing. A minor being a 6, D is a 2, F is 4, and G is 5. Right? 6, 2, 4, 5. Now you might notice in that progression, it's like, well, there's no 1 in that chord progression, which is why when you hit the C chord in the chorus, it just sounds so right. And that's when, like, the message that Bono was trying to give us all is relayed, right? Best way to remember that it goes to the C major on the chorus is, well, what's the name of the song? 1. Go to the 1 chord. When in doubt, go to the 1. Ah, it just sounds so good. It ties it all together, right? So I guess you can call it the chorus or the pre-chorus that 1 to 6 to 4 back to 1. Now, the last time around, it goes 1 to 6. 1 to 6. 1. And then this is where it changes, okay? So I think the best way to do this is to follow along with the chord chart and then look at the lyrics too, right? Like, do, 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 back to A minor. Love is of the higher ground. You ask me to enter, then you make me crawl. Go to the 5 and 4. I can't keep holding on, right? So I think that's a good way to kind of like tag a number to a lyric, right? Because when you go from bum, 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 and I can't keep holding on. 4. What you've got, when all you've got is 1, right? Again, those aren't the lyrics, it's just the chords that go along with it, right? So the 1 kind of variation is when they just go from a 1 to a 6, and a 1 to a 6, and then the part where he's going to the temple, think of that as the 5 chord, and then can't keep holding on to 4, right? And then back to 1. And then we just ride it out on that 1, 6, 4, 1 progression. So, excellent song. Really, you know, a great message overall, but a super fun acoustic guitar song to play because you can add the fun parts of the electric guitar into it. And then start thinking about numbers and chord progressions. Because that's the best way to really start learning any kind of song and remembering how it goes. And then start tagging certain chords with lyrics in your head, because then eventually you'll be able to maybe perform them. Even if you're not singing along with it, you can do it in your head because it's a better way to do it. And I know this is the part that goes to the 5 chord, the G. big partner. So it goes to that 4 chord. And I know that that sets up the way home to the 1 chord. So definitely fantastic song. Specifically just learning riffs, inflections on chords, and just kind of like chord structure and stuff too. So let us know what you think. Let us know if you want to see any other U2 songs, because I think there's like a really great opportunity to turn some of those really cool atmospheric songs into acoustic representations. And make sure you click on the other videos around here by myself, other great guitar control instructors. Make sure you click that link below to grab the chords for the song, so you can play along and then just rock it out and let us know what you guys want to see more of. Thanks a lot.